The UK civil service faces deep cuts, a looming crisis. The UK government is poised to implement drastic budget cuts within the civil service, sparking widespread concern and prompting warnings of significant job losses. A leaked plan, set to be unveiled in a letter from Pat McFadden, the Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster, next week, demands a staggering £2.2 billion annual reduction in administrative budgets by 2029-30. This represents a 15% slash across all departments, signaling a dramatic reshaping of the UK's public sector. The initial phase, targeting a £1.5 billion reduction by 2028-29, a 10% cut, will hit departments hard. According to Dave Penman, General Secretary of the FDA Union, this equates to almost 10% of the entire civil service salary bill, a truly alarming figure that underscores the depth of the proposed cuts. This isn't just about trimming the fat, it's a significant reduction in the very fabric of government operations. The cuts are specifically targeted at administrative budgets, encompassing crucial functions like HR, policy development, and office management. However, the unions vehemently argue that this distinction between back office and frontline is entirely artificial. The reality is that these administrative functions support the entire civil service, and cuts here will inevitably impact the delivery of essential public services across the board. Penman's concerns are echoed by Mike Clancy, General Secretary of the Prospect Union. He warns that a cheaper civil service is not the same as a better civil service. This isn't simply about cost-cutting, it's about the potential erosion of vital expertise and capacity within the government machinery. The unions are not opposed to reform, but they vehemently object to arbitrary, blanket cuts that lack a strategic vision for the future. Clancy emphasizes the critical need for a thorough assessment of what the civil service should be doing, ensuring that vital functions are not sacrificed at the altar of short-term cost savings. The government, however, defends the cuts as necessary to reshape the state so it is fit for the future, according to a cabinet office source. The justification hinges on the principle of redirecting resources towards frontline services. The envisioned outcome paints a picture of more teachers in classrooms, increased hospital appointments, and a greater police presence on the streets. This aspirational vision, however, remains unconvincing in light of the potential consequences of gutting the administrative backbone of the civil service. The scale of the proposed cuts raises serious questions about the government's long-term vision and its capacity to deliver on its promises. Will the promised improvements in frontline services actually materialize, or will the cuts simply lead to a less efficient and less effective public sector? The unions are demanding clarity and transparency, urging ministers to openly identify which areas of work will be sacrificed as a result of the spending plans. The lack of detailed information fuels concerns that essential functions, crucial for effective governance, may be inadvertently eliminated. The timing of these announcements is particularly noteworthy. They come just ahead of Chancellor Rachel Reeves's spring statement on Wednesday, where further spending cuts are expected in an attempt to balance the national budget. The already strained financial situation, exacerbated by disappointing growth figures and higher-than-expected borrowing, has seemingly pushed the government towards drastic measures. The recent reallocation of funds from the aid budget to defense further emphasizes the government's prioritization of certain areas over others. These cuts represent more than just a financial adjustment. They signal a fundamental shift in the government's approach to public administration. The potential consequences: a diminished civil service struggling to cope with its workload, reduced service delivery to citizens, and potentially widespread job losses, are significant and far-reaching. The lack of a detailed plan, combined with the union's warnings, raises serious questions about the wisdom and long-term sustainability of these drastic measures. The coming weeks will be critical in determining the ultimate impact of this unprecedented cost-cutting exercise on the UK's civil service and the public it serves. The government's claims of a more efficient and effective public service remain to be seen. Until a clear, detailed plan is revealed, these cuts remain a cause for significant concern across the nation. The rhetoric of a fit for the future civil service rings hollow without a demonstrable strategy to ensure that the vital functions of government remain intact and capable of serving the needs of the British people. The potential loss of skilled professionals and the disruption caused by widespread redundancies could cripple the civil service's ability to function effectively, undermining the very services the government aims to protect. The next few months will undoubtedly reveal the true cost of this bold, and perhaps reckless, attempt at fiscal reform. The coming weeks will be crucial in determining the fate of the UK's civil service and its ability to effectively serve the nation.